I'm an audio programmer within Virtex. And what Virtex do, we offer a platform to basically watch sports, esports, mainly esports, in a way that hasn't really been done before. So the easiest way to explain it is, imagine you've got your TV, your laptop, you're watching Twitch, you're watching some game of, I don't know, Battlefield. And then you've got actually going to the stadium where this eSport final is being held. We bridge those two together. So you can go in VR, you can go on Steam. What you can do is you sit in the big stadium with like hundreds of different people, and you can watch the gameplay happening in front of you. So imagine watching, I don't know, let's say it's FIFA. Imagine watching a football match happening in front of you whilst in VR. Now, what we offer on top of that is you can then jump onto the pitch and go run around with the players as it's happening. So imagine it's, I don't know, Messi taking a 90th minute.
Doing slide tackles on them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you want to take a selfie with Ronaldo, like, why not? Like, that, that's what we offer. And yeah, like, you can stand next to them as they're taking that 90th minute penalty, or, you can be on a site of bomb plant as, you've got, I don't know, whoever is coming around the corner shooting and stuff. So that's what we do. And our first project was Echo VR. Sadly, it is closed down now. Meta, we'll get them. Meta shut it down because the server started to die. So they're like, right, we want to put this money to somewhere else. But yeah, if you imagine like Quidditch, but in zero gravity, but instead of brooms, you have to grab and like you got boosters and you got to get a disc into a goal. So this is the first kind of trailer that we did for this. So yeah, that's a little bit about that project. I always find it funny watching that one because someone's like being famous. I always see my character. It's like, oh, that's me running over there. Oh, it's me in the crowd. So yeah, I appreciate some of you might have seen that one before. What you wouldn't have seen, if we can get it working, is Counter-Strike. So we've been working on Counter-Strike CS2, integrating that into the experience. I'll leave it for question time, but there was a lot of fun, a lot of hard work for that one. To cut a long story short, I basically had to re-engineer the audio engine of CS2 by myself and integrate it into our systems. So here's the trailer for that one. You can tell we stood up for this one. it's always weird seeing like a year's worth of work like summed up in a minute. But yeah, so yeah, obviously worked on that. That was a big title for us. CS is one of the biggest titles in the world when it comes to esports. It's a lot of fun, a lot of responsibility, a lot of hard work. But yeah, it was great. And since then as well, let's not play again. We have something called a Watch Party Stadium. So this is kind of bridging the gap between 3D recreation and also having a quick platform that developers and different games can get on to have this social experience. So we worked with Riot this year. We basically showed off Valorant finals and also League of Legends. The League of Legends one was a lot of fun. So you imagine you're there, sat, you watch it, I don't know, Faker doing his plays. What we can do behind the stadium whilst you're in VR is have big, massive projections of these characters do different things. So does anyone play League here or know of it? Yeah. Imagine Renekton like the size of Godzilla screaming at you whilst you're in the stadium. That's the kind of thing that we're looking to do with this new way of being able to watch your favorite content and also dive into the content. So what's my role within all that? So like I said, I'm an audio programmer. So what I do, to keep it very short, I get given assets by our audio director. He's worked on some pretty cool stuff like Ratchet and Clank. He's done the music for that, and also Oddworld's Odyssey. He did basically all of the music and like a lot of the sounds for that. So I work alongside him, and I get given music, I get given audio, and my job is to make it work in game. So I put it into our middleware software, which is like its own audio engine. That's all hooked up to Unreal Engine, and then I use scripting and programming to then trigger that how I want. So this is just generally a little glance at the role of audio programmer. So we spend a lot of time obviously doing programming, doing like visual scripting, C++, using the engine to kind of manipulate it how exactly that we want. So it's the difference between having a footstep sound play and having a footstep sound that varies every time so that we can have thousands of different possibilities. Some of the skills that you need for this role, obviously audio middleware. I think some of you last year saw this, but yeah, it's door looking, hooks up, and it gives the game engines a lot more capabilities. Doors, so some studios, they like to say, oh, you only use this one. You'll only use, I don't know, Reaper or Pro Tools and stuff like that, whereas other ones, they don't care as long as you've got what you need. I use FL Studio. I know it was a bit of a meme, but I think it's a very capable program, and I like colors. I don't like looking at grey all the time, so that's what I use. Obviously, MIDI, a lot of this stuff you know about, being audio people. So Pure Data, Max, some audio engineering. Even though technically my role is not audio creation, it's very important to know how to do it yourself. So you have this whole scope of ability, and because in my example, we're still a very small studio. We've got less than 30 people working for us. Sometimes I dive into the role of audio creator as well when workload starts to come up. Sometimes I do vocals. So one of the trailers, which I'm definitely not showing today because I hate my voice, I was doing vocals for that, so I was a presenter for it. And yeah, some soft skills down the bottom as well. I think a lot of them are generally kind of you get across the board of most industries, but being in the games industry, you really need to be collaborative. Always talking to people at work, always trying to figure out, oh, how are we going to do this thing? How are we going to do that thing? And yeah, big love for game and audio because it's very hard to get into the industry, but it's doable. And to really help you with that, you need to be invested in it. I think that goes with anything in life. Like if you really want to be, I don't know, a music composer, you put your heart and soul into it. I believe personally you can always do it because if your heart was never in it, you're never going to perform to your best. So that's a little bit about what my role is within Virtex.